Dave.
Hello.
Hello, everybody.
All right,
I'm gonna
everyone,
turn down.
everyone, get in line. Get in line for the big show. Line up for the stream. Everybody.
Everybody,
Keep,
everybody.
keep your voices down, everybody. I can't hear you, Christof, through the din of the crowd.
Can't hear me? I did just turn down my
Oh no,
my
I can't. I
volume.
can't actually hear you. I was joking.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Get ready for more
Okay.
jokes. This is going to be a jokey stream. There's going to be
I didn't
jokes.
realize Sean would be joking this time.
Yeah, this time
We
all bets
take
are
turns,
off.
and I
Yep.
guess that means I get to take the day off.
Yeah, take the day off. I'll host this one.
Sean's doing the jokes.
Yep.
I'll talk about tapes.
It's actually me and Darby. Darby's the straight man. I'm the goofball. Darby always
Ah,
reacts to my goofball antics with his sort of like, "Oh man, not again! There he goes again!" sort of thing.
wait. Yeah, it's a very
Oh,
Martin and Lewis
oh,
thing they got going
Sean.
on there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Um, yeah, and Darby's clearly the Deanie Martini. Um, usually, when usually Sean is down in the basement pit, with the basement tapes, and Darby is usually on screen,
Yeah.
in a different way on screens.
We got a real Darby in the house and
We got
no
a real.
VHS tapes. Well, there's some around here. I could grab one in a minute, but yeah,
Sure,
yeah.
of course. Can't where Sean goes, a few tapes always go.
Hmm.
Emergency tapes.
And so, what are
Well,
you just like on a porch, just on a porch, just getting sun on a porch? Is that what the deal
just
is?
on a porch. Yeah,
All
it's
right.
actually a little chilly. So
You've got a little bit of chili you're eating on the porch. That's cool. That's cool.
no.
I
You
like that.
misheard me. You
That's cool.
misheard me. I am a little chilly.
You are a little spicy pepper. You're a little chili pepper. You're pretty
Oh
funny. You're a funny little
no, I
pepper.
hate these
Yeah.
miscommunications.
Oh, the internet is so hard to
No.
communicate sometimes.
Hey, it's like that movie Get Shorty. Hey, it's chilly out there, it's chilly in here.
Is that? I
Chilly
believe
out
it
there, it's chilly in here.
because his name was Chili Palmer. I remember
Chili
that.
Palmer.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Elmore Leonard, whatever happened to him?
Oh man, once he died, I think he stopped working.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
no. Well, anyways, welcome to the show.
Yeah. Hello.
Um, I don't think no one's watching. Cool. Okay, so
Perfect. Pressure's off.
perfect. Yeah. Well, this is a show where Sean and I, since no one's watching, I'll give the backstory.
Yeah.
We've done this 4 times. Where in February on leap year, which is every 4 years, we make a movie every day of the month, or on average every day of the month. So 29 short comedy videos in 29 days. And sorry, someone is spray painting a car and I'm just listening to them rattle the can.
Someone's spray painting a car
Broad
out.
daylight.
Wow. Whose car is it? Do you know?
Maybe
Is it
it's
across the way at
theirs.
the workshop or?
It's like near the workshop, but it's not quite. It's where
Oh, okay.
it's like across from the dumpster. I think it might be his car and he's like touching up something. Okay, anyways.
That's a positive outlook. Good. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Probably
mean,
just
it's
touching
broad
up their
daylight.
car. Yeah.
I mean, anyways, so yeah, anyways, we get exhausted and then we don't watch these. So now we're watching some that we made last year during February 2020, right before everything else happened.
That's right. Yeah.
So
Pre-pandemic comedy. Remember that?
pre-pandemic comedy, and we're going through it and explaining why this does not fly in a post-pandemic world.
Exactly. Here we go.
But yeah. Oh, we got one person watching. Let me
Hi,
check in
one
with
person.
Facebook.
Hello.
Hi, one person. If you're on YouTube or Twitch, you can comment, and the comments will just show up in our little restream here. If you're on Facebook, I'm gonna have to check in every now and then on Facebook to see if there are comments. So Sean, I'm gonna check Facebook. Why don't you talk about who you're sponsored by today?
Oh, today I'm sponsored by. What do we got nearby? Oh, today I'm sponsored by Ursula Le Guin's The Beginning Place.
Wow.
Yep. I just struck up a fiscal sponsorship with this book as I started reading it. It took about 100 pages, but now I'm finally financially secure in my reading arrangement with this book.
Cool.
It's actually really cool. Ursula used to come into the Portland Art Museum when I worked behind the ticket desk. And I would come in, and this was before I had read anything of hers, but she was very sweet, and she would just hand me, she was a member. She'd hand me her member card, and I'd get her a ticket. And then Ted, Ted, the security guard, he would come over and be like, "There goes Ursula," and he was so excited because he just grew up reading Ursula Le Guin. And now I've read a handful, and yeah, I would have been fanboying out a lot more. But as it is right now, this is really cool. The beginning place is this cool little like field that a couple characters wander to, and once they go through this certain arch, it's always evening there, and time slows down in this other realm basically. And when they hop back out, time has only passed like a second or two. If they spend a couple days in the beginning place, when they come back out, maybe a minute or two has passed. So yeah, it's interesting. It's a fun premise, and it's real mellow so far. Real laid back world building. Not a lot of like dense, weird sort of things to deal with. It's kind of a graceful sort of version. Kind of a simple story told with really beautiful words. And that's why I chose it as my fiscal sponsorship.
That's a great sponsor. Wow, yeah. I'm jealous of those characters. I mean, I'm sure they'll find a dark side to it, or like
they just have literally like a dark thing, kind of never-ending story style, like, oh no, now there's a darkness in the land, that sort of situation. But man, it's cool. One character goes in there and just like naps, like goes into the beginning place, takes a long nap, comes back out, only a couple minutes have passed. Yeah.
Oh,
that's
man.
pretty dreamy. So yeah, what are you sponsored by?
I would really like to go to that place and make all the bad art that I want to make.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, it's just same shit, different day. No, nice. Well, actually, no, because Rockstar dropped out again.
Oh, fuck! I'm sorry, dude.
They dropped out again, so Red Bull picked up the slack, and it's just me and Red Bull.
Oh, nice! Congratulations.
Thanks.
On your monogamous relationship with Red Bull this week.
Yeah. So we had 2 people watching at one point, and now we're back to 1.
Now we're talking. Now we're cooking.
Yeah. Have you ever read the short story, "The Ones Who Walk Away from Omelas" by Ursula? It's amazing.
Cool.
It's one of my favorite short stories. But I haven't read like anything else of hers, just a short story. But I think about The Ones Who Walk Away from Omelas a lot lately.
Oh, cool.
A lot.
What's the premise?
Where are they going? Where are they going? The ones who walk away from Omelas. It's a question we must ask ourselves. You should just read it. It's like 4 or 5 pages. It's really
nice. Quick. Short story. Cool.
So I forget exactly where we left off, so I'm gonna go to YouTube and find out.
Good call.
Do you remember what the last one was that we watched? I seem to have closed the tab.
Was it the Game Box one, or?
No, because I think that was before Kalia's. So I guess Kalia's was probably the last one.
Yeah, that makes sense. Totally.
Okay, so jeez, I don't think anyone here heard that, but
boy, I heard that. Yeah.
You heard the train?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we have a train out front of our house, which can be nice and gentle and lulling, or really screeching and abrasive. And it's really difficult to shoot 29 films in 29 days sometimes if you need that nice, clean audio and a train comes by screeching its infernal banshee noise. Yeah.
Can you hear the rattling of the spray paint?
No.
Well, now he stopped rattling, but no. Okay. Anyways, back to business. Going to. Well, if you want to watch these without us yapping, during them, you can go to youtube.com/The Whiteman Brothers and go to the playlist 29 Deals in 29 Days. And you can watch all 29. It's a good time. It's a real good time.
Yeah.
Where is the Kalia one? There it is. Okay, so this will be an interesting one. Let me cue it up, and then I will share the screen. Now we're getting into the Now we're getting into the territory.
Right.
Yep. Now we're getting into the territory of starting to nudge ourselves closer to talking about the darkness that exists in the land, which is goes by the name of Alexander Parker. There's a controversy pertaining these films, and this is one of them, but it's not the primary. And we are going to spend the last episode of this talking exclusively about that. So anyone who wants to talk about the controversy should talk about it next time. Okay, anyways, gonna do screen share. Should have had all this ready, but I didn't.
Oh, no problem.
Should have had all this ready, but I didn't. Okay, make sure to click share audio, and weird. I've got too many tabs open. Sorry, bud. Okay, sorry, buddy. You still in your Pauly Shore phase?
Yeah, I guess it's like there's not an infinite well of Pauly Shore movies, so I guess I'm kind of pacing myself, but I've done actually backgrounded the Son-in-Law again. Yeah, I might do In the Army Now again. I'm waiting on oh yeah, you have my copy of Jury Duty. Gonna check that one out.
Oh, that's right.
And Biodome. I feel like I'm missing something. Oh, I think he voiced something in Goofy Movie.
Oh yeah.
Remember Leaning Tower of Cheese from the trailer?
I've never seen that movie,
either.
but I've seen that trailer a million times, and people love the movie.
They do. They say it's like one of the best. Yeah.
So, and I assume Pauly Shore's in it kind of a lot because he seems to be like the buddy.
Exactly.
The buddy.
I was explaining the charm of Pauly Shore to someone recently, and it's I've been watching a lot of late 90s comedies, and they don't always age well, and by don't always, like usually don't. It's just they're very kind of mean, and it's just very kind of, there's always like a bullying aspect even to the main characters, and it's just kind of, it just seems like they don't age well, basically. But Pauly Shore, his whole thing is just being a nice, lovable dude who wants to like talk and like giggle after the things he says. He's just having a good time with life, and that comes across on screen.
Yeah, he really does just want to like party with everybody, regardless of like sex, race, class.
And can I just go on an Encino Man rant real quick? I'm so upset with Sean Astin in Encino Man, and it stopped me from watching the movie because I grew up watching The Goonies so much. It was my favorite movie for most of my life. And so I had such a Sean Astin affinity. And then watching that movie, he's just such a dick who's just like exploiting the Encino Man, caveman, Brendan Fraser out of water. Like the whole movie is just always trying to use him to get a girl. And he's just like, but constantly Pauly Shore is trying to keep him in check. Like, yo, dude, we're trying to like raise this caveman together. And he's just like being a nice like dude who's like constantly like, yo, stop, you're using him. It's really sweet.
Whoa.
It's really sweet.
I don't remember that aspect of like anyone thinking it would be a good idea to use a thawed caveman to try to get a lady.
Well, honestly, that's the premise. They take him to school and he turns into like a social butterfly who like everyone wants to gravitate around, and Sean Astin gets frustrated because now all the girls he wants to date are wanting to date this guy who's a caveman, and Pauly Shore's like, dude, grindage. It's great. It's sweet. Yeah.
Anyways. Well, I'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
All right, back to Baby Teeth. So let me check the YouTubes. Or Facebook. No comments. If anyone wants to comment about stuff, just send a comment,
buddy.
Okay, and action, buddy.
Hello there. Welcome back to buying used treasures today.
I'm Sean.
I'm Christof.
What do we got today, Christof? He said he's got a surprise for me.
That I do, Sean. That I do. And, yeah, let's just get into it. Let's just dive in.
What do we got?
Well, we have a container.
Yeah, it looks kind of familiar, the container.
Mm-hmm. Of old baby teeth.
Of
Baby teeth.
baby
That's
teeth.
right.
That's a little weird. Why you got so much baby teeth there, Christof?
Well,
Where'd you get those baby teeth, Christof?
I don't know. They're just baby teeth and some notes.
I mean, they're kind of cool. Trust me, these are actually teeth. That looks like teeth.
Yeah, these are definitely teeth.
Oh.
Why don't you read the notes?
Oh, do the notes help explain the teeth?
Maybe.
Okay, what do we got here? The note says, please deposit $1 and Sega Genesis. Sincerely, Sean Whiteman, 11/13/93. Is this my is this my note to the Tooth Fairy from 1993, from 27 years ago? Are these my teeth?
These are your teeth, Sean Whiteman. Sean Whiteman, these are your teeth. It's time to sell them.
Well, where did you even...
You already made money off them once.
time
It's
to
time
sell
to
'em.
cash in these babies at another time.
Where'd you even get my teeth?
Who are these addressed to, Sean?
Heavily documented.
$2 because I lost 2 teeth and lost one somewhere. Oh, that sounds like a fib. Yours truly, Sean.
Perfect curse.
what else do we
Embarrassing.
got
What are you
here?
doing here? Okay, so I tried to pretend like I lost 2 teeth, but
Toto dollars,
$TOW.
TOW dollars for tooth or else.
Wow.
ELS. A lot of exclamation points.
there's a lot of explanation.
I think that
was
one's
like my
mine.
handwriting. Maybe I mixed some of these up. And what do we have here? We got Merry Christmas, dear Tooth Fairy. Please do not take my tooth tonight. Sincerely, Sean Whiteman. That one is January 18th, 1993.
Merry
Hence
Christmas
the
in
Merry
January?
Christmas
See,
station.
I mean, you have it
Oh.
in writing that it didn't want these teeth taking, and in writing that I'm addressing this to the Tooth Fairy, so
Right.
I ask of you, Chris, how did you get my teeth?
think it's time you know.
Yeah.
I'm the Tooth Fairy.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Were you
know,
your own Tooth Fairy?
it's fun
Were you
to
Tooth
believe-
Fairies for everybody in the... Were you just...
No, Sean, I'm not actually the Tooth Fairy. You were clearly invested in magic, whimsy, and
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you. Dad was broke, so I used my allowance to be the Tooth Fairy.
Dad was
I just said,
I
hey,
feel
Dad,
love
I
on
got
that
it.
one.
Don't
Wow.
worry about this. And, you know, I'm your little brother, but I'm not stupid, Sean. I know there's no such thing as a tooth fairy. But, I mean, you weren't stupid either. It was good. But,
So I believed in the Tooth Fairy. Wow. And you just wanted to continue this belief that I had to support that sort of childhood whimsy that I was carrying on.
that's right.
So you, at a very young age, already knowing that the Tooth Fairy did not exist, somehow was sophisticated and mature enough to realize that it meant a lot to me, and you used what limited allowance that you had in order to foster this belief so I wouldn't have to know that there wasn't a Tooth Fairy any longer.
That's right.
Wow, buddy. Thanks.
No problem.
Wow.
I paid good money for these teeth, and I think it's time I finally make some.
Yeah, hell, shoot. I mean, they're your teeth. They're your teeth now, buddy.
They're our teeth.
Oh. Yes, these were ripped from my skull at one point. Just to...
Ripped. I don't know about that.
He
I
didn't
mean,
know
think
how
they
I got rid of them.
loose.
I really wanted that money.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Believed in magic, but he was
I
a
was
pretty aggressive little go-getter, a little entrepreneur.
I was a greedy little capitalist piggy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Biggie.
So, anyways, what are you? I mean, if we're selling them, what are we selling them for? How do you even sell? I mean,
Well,
what's the market for baby teeth?
some of these are pretty big, some of these are pretty small, some of these are pretty fucked up.
I remember that one. That was a good one.
Yeah, and they're a little bit broken, but they're special. They have quite a history, and I'm gonna say $200.
Wow, that's
For
a
the lot,
steal.
you also get the notes. $250.
Yeah, that's more like it. Yeah. I can vouch for these.
300.
Yeah, probably 300 would be better. I carried these around in my mouth for a while. I kind of incubated these teeth.
Right.
So I invested a lot of time. I chewed up a lot of food with these teeth. Blood was spilled over these teeth.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
400.
Yeah. I mean, these are extra sentimental too, because my brother showed how much he loved me by trying to pretend that Tooth Fairy
Excuse me.
still existed for a while. So I mean, these are
5,000.
that sounds about right, because I'm not getting these back,
No.
especially once y'all buy them for 5K.
5K. All right, I'm feeling generous. 4,500.
Ooh, dang. Okay, discount day here.
Oh, should have bought it then. Back up to 5.
That's more like
Back
it.
up to 5 grand.
That's
Oh,
more.
whoops. 550 now.
Oh,
But I mean $550. Oh, you should have bought it then. Because now I mean 6 grand. 6 grand.
get them while you can. The market is fluctuating on these baby teeth today. Yeah.
These are some good teeth, baby.
All right. All right. Ooh.
That was fun. I like that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
The baby teeth market is still fluctuating. How
Yeah.
much, honestly, how much do you think a baby tooth goes for these days? How much do you think a kid's pulling home when they're popping out a tooth?
Oh, geez. Kids these days, they're probably getting what, $5 for. I don't know. I guess kids are. What do you think? Still a buck?
Do kids even have teeth still? that
Is a
thing?
buck a lot? I mean, I feel like a buck's a good amount when you know there's no tooth fairy and
Yeah,
you're like
yeah.
just like milking it.
Oh yeah.
but,
it's a
like,
fun
I don't
game.
know.
Yeah.
Do you get what you get, a quarter? I feel like some rich. I mean, I feel like I remember hearing about kids who got like $5 for a tooth, and I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah, exactly.
And I feel like just because that was like the high amount when I was a kid, maybe kids these days are getting that much from. I guess it depends on where you live and whether or not your parent is in tech.
Exactly.
You know, it's like Santa Claus.
And all teeth.
What does a good kid get these
Yeah.
days? Well, it depends on how much mama and papa are bringing home.
Yeah, some teeth are just worth more than others too. You know, they're like Pokemon cards.
Yeah,
Some teeth are
that's
just more
true.
special than the others. Yeah.
That's a good point. That's a
Yeah.
good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't really depend on
How much?
anything about like parents or anything like that. It's more about like appraisal of the tooth.
Yeah. How much do you think a gold baby tooth would sell for? Like those teeth.
Right.
Yeah.
Like a baby mobster lost a tooth.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
A gold baby tooth. Ooh, geez, I don't know. Wait, is it real gold? Could I
Yeah.
take the tooth and bite it to make sure it's real gold?
Oh, there's a scene. Okay.
Um, I guess gold's really fluctuating, so I don't know. $5, 5 grand,
Yeah. Sounds right.
somewhere between. Yeah, what was I gonna say? Oh, I wanted to. This has not. I think some of those teeth were mine. I think Dad mixed our things together, or definitely one of those notes was. I'm not sure where my teeth are because at one point I stopped giving my teeth to the tooth fairy, and I started keeping them like in an Altoid tin. So I wouldn't, when I lost them, I would keep them. And I didn't know Dad was just gonna like give us those teeth back. So I wish
Did
I'd
you
made
have-
a little extra money.
Was it just like a nostalgia thing, or did you have plans to cash in big at some point late in the game and just like once the baby teeth market fluctuated to a point where you sell high, did you want to like cash in all your baby teeth at once from that Altoid tin?
No, I mean, I think honestly, maybe it wasn't an Altoid tin, but it was I honestly just didn't think it was worth losing the tooth for $1. at some point. And I was like, I want this tooth. And so I kept it on my little wall of trash. And I would take it out sometimes and I would brush it with an old toothbrush, brush the teeth with an old toothbrush and soap and water.
So you continued to brush your teeth once they left your head.
That's
cool.
right.
That's cool.
That's right. And I don't know where those teeth are. And that's a bummer because I think those are some of my best teeth.
Okay.
But I really wanted to lose my first tooth or second tooth. Maybe, it's not my first tooth. But I remember I really wanted to lose one of my big teeth up here. And it was just a little bit loose. So I was really working on it for a long time and like just bloodying so many paper towels because I kept using a paper towel.
Yeah, that makes sense. Totally.
And I was just like doing this during the first time I watched Blazing Saddles.
Oh, really?
Which I was too young to be watching probably, but I was just like watching Blazing Saddles. And I think it finally came out during Madeline Kahn's performance scene in Blazing Saddles. And we had to pause it because I was so excited and I was gushing blood. Anyways, all right. Let's move it right along, huh?
Yeah, totally.
Got a next one coming up here. And this is another solo. This is my solo. And right. Action.
Hello and welcome back to Buying Used Treasures Today. I'm Christof, you're watching The B.U.T.T. I bet you're asking yourself, what does The B.U.T.T have for me today? Premium. Now these are premium today we have some condoms for you. Today we have a wonderful item, a gorgeous complete box set of 3 Trojan condoms. All 3 still in very good condition, a complete set, an unopened mint condition complete set of 3, all 3 of the premium non-lubricated condoms are still in this box. There are 3 in a pack, so this is a complete set.
Jesus, I don't remember this being this way.
Yeah, this one is really tenuous and nebulous. I don't remember it. There we go. Okay.
Now this is a complete Now this is a box set, a 3-piece box set. It is unopened and it is complete. Now, these expired in 2014, which happens to be a primo year for latex condoms, particularly for non-lubricated condoms. They just get better with age, unless, of course, we're talking about their function. But in terms of the feel of latex, it gets better and better with age. To reiterate, you cannot use these to prevent STDs or children. What they are going to do is give you a great conversation piece.
Hi, Laurel.
It's a gorgeous set, the full set, a complete box set of 3 condoms. Now, you could, of course, take them out of the box. They will lose some of their value,
good.
but if you're like me, I could never keep my toys in the packaging. I just had to open them up and play with them. You can open this up and play with them, too. They are perfect for the happy couple who are trying to conceive but don't want to let go of that great non-lubricated condom feeling. Great mouthfeel to these.
Non-lubricated
Wonderful bouquet. In terms of the smell and the touch and the taste, they just get better with time. And 2014, that's a good year for non-lubricated condoms. The condom heads know what I'm talking about?
Condom heads, yep.
Okay.
That's definitely become... Oh, go on.
Oh, I actually was trying to look up something, so I missed whatever you said. Whatever happened when you said there you go.
Oh yeah, I'm not sure what it was either.
What were you gonna say?
Oh, I just noticed that. I like that we developed the acting like there's a fan club for every sort of item, and we just call them heads. Like, but that's a go-to joke that we kind of developed over the course of these, and it comes up a lot. It gets me each time. Like condom heads, whatever
Condom
heads.
heads.
Like, yeah. It's satisfying. I like, Dusty. The little pop-ups on this one were particularly satisfying.
Yeah, I'm trying to find.
So, this is a complete set.
Oh, I did miss that. Wow. This is what happens sometimes when no one.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, Boop Snoop.
No, it's true.
This is what happens sometimes when we do, or when I do a solo one. I end up doing so many takes in like interrupting takes. Like if it's just me in the basement, I'll end up with so much weird footage, and then I'll just make something that doesn't like I'll just make something that just like I'll use all this awkward in between stuff. And I did that obviously a lot with the Hawaii necklace one.
Yeah.
But I don't remember doing that with
I don't remember that being an aspect of this one either. And that is funny. That's definitely when we do our solo ones, it shows our different filmmaking preferences, I suppose, almost. Like I tend to like try to like write something short and like just basically memorize as much as I can and write more than we ever do when we're sharing the screen, like just so I can like edit it in like 45 minutes, like a real quick edit, just sit down and like, oh yeah, I picked the tape, I picked the close up, there we go. Yeah.
And then, mine, it's not so much my filmmaking preferences so much as like the editor brain exploiting the filmmaker's flaw.
Totally.
So it's like, it's interesting how we're different, or just like what happens once I like am in the editing room and I have time, or even if I don't have time and I'm just like kind of compulsively will, let's see what this looks like.
Yeah.
And make something that maybe I shouldn't have made.
Oh,
I think that probably, I don't know.
The style,
I don't.
Yeah, the style is just kind of satisfying every now and then to drift into that. Feels like an outtake episode, like feels like, but it's kind of funny and eerie because like obviously we make our own stuff and we're the camera people as well. So like there's not like a director being like, can you try to do it a little quicker? It's just you being like spacing out and then like remembering you're filming. That dynamic is pretty funny to me, to just like have a performer on especially a QVC sort of show who typically all they do is like spew mouth garbage constantly, to have someone just kind of like almost forget they're there and then be like, all right, complete set. Like it's it's a good dynamic for the QVC style especially.
Yeah, it is funny to think about it like that, like in these moments that I'm showing where there's weird pauses and moments, like that's me, the director saying, oh, can you do it like this again?
Yeah. Exactly.
But we're using that footage because the audio isn't tainted. Because I say it inside my head. Okay. Well, let's move right along.
Yeah.
I actually don't know what Voob Snoop made this face about. Oh, was it just the condoms in general? Mouth garbage.
I think it was near the end. I'm not sure, but there was a lot of mouthfeel is really funny.
Mouthfeel.
The dusty,
it's gross. Oh, we got a special one coming up here.
What do we got?
Oh boy, I am excited. Whoops. Okay, so without further ado, let's welcome Metallica back to the stage. Oh, we should have got Metallica on here to run commentary. Maybe we'll do that some other time.
Oh, that's a good idea. 1 second. I'm gonna look for the leash real quick. 1 second.
Yeah, go for it.
I do remember thinking I'd place it somewhere weird.
Looking for a leash. How are you doing, Voob Snoob? Yeah, they're pretty delayed. It's hard.
Oh, yeah.
You'd think
Got it.
in 2021 they wouldn't be so delayed, but they're pretty delayed. Maybe it's because I'm using Restream and not going straight from a platform. I'm doing this. Restream is kind of a pre-stream. Sends it out to a lot of places. Yeah.
Okay, I'm back.
Owned. Cool.
That'll help. Yep.
So, for those of you who don't know, Metallica's cool. All right. That's it.
That's all the backstory you need for this baby that's going to host a QVC episode. That's it.
Yeah, that's all you need.
Yep. And his name is
and action.
Metallica. Yep.
Hello. I bet you're all wondering what today, what the well, welcome to buying used treasures today. I suppose you're probably wondering what the treasure is. Well, I could tell you, or I could show you. Wow! Whoa! Check it out. Whoa! It's a tail that you clip on. Yes. It's a tail you clip on. So it's a beautiful red tail that you clip on to the bottom, the seat of your pants. You let this thing fly by the seat of your pants. And it's a very, it can be a very transformative experience. It's very spiritual to wear the tail and to imagine yourself as some kind of special animal or a beast or a creature or just an alien. Could be an alien. I don't know. But yeah, as you see, you got the clip here. This is how you get it on your body. You just squeeze the metal and pinch your pants. It's very soft. It's not nice to the touch. Real soft. Oh, that's good. It feels good on my feet. Oh, that's so good. That's nice. Oh gosh, I wish I had socks made out of tails. This is nice on my toes. And it's got these little black fuzzies on it. They're looped. They're looped. You can't really see here, but they're looped. You see how my arm's stuck in the loop? See that? You see how my arm's in the loop? Hey. Sean Christof said, I'm out of the loop. I say, I'm in the loop right now. See that? You got the fuzzy loops on your tail. And it's nice to rub your face in. It's such a nice fuzzy to put your face in. Oh, it's very soft. It's nice to rub your face in the tail. Sometimes you gotta treat yourself and just rub your face in the tail. Oh, boy. Oh, that's soft. Oh, that must be what love feels like. But just a side note. I want you to know that you may feel like something is missing in your life, and a tail can be real fun, but I don't want you thinking this is gonna be the thing that completes you. I just want you to know that with or without the tail, you're a
Yeah.
whole person as it is. You're an entire person, and you're complete, and I love you. But all that aside, you see, it might be fun to clip a tail on your tushy. $50. I was gonna sell it for 20, but then I remembered how soft the loops are, and they're so good on your face. Oh boy, it's nice to bury your face. I gotta get it while I can. Oh, happy birthday to me.
That's right.
Was it the birthday? Was it actually the birthday?
I think so.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because we always do a birthday episode because we assigned a birthday to Metallica in the first series,
Yeah, in 2008.
first season. And so we always do a birthday episode, and we always do some things in that, but we couldn't figure out how to do that in this show without doing a lot more work than we wanted to do. So I think we had maybe already shot this,
Yeah,
and
that
I
sounds
just
right.
recorded the sound "Happy Birthday to Me" as like
Yeah.
the only way in, or as the only way to like.
But honestly,
To
that's like more than
create
enough of a
continuity.
clue for the die-hard 29 Films fans to understand. I mean, they need an Easter egg here and there, otherwise, like, where's the fun?
Exactly.
I also
We shouldn't
appreciated
have
that.
exploited the fan service. That should have
No.
been left to the message boards, not for us to directly state. Sorry.
Also, something that you
Sorry.
probably, if you're a fan looking for Easter eggs, you probably noticed a little bit of ink on Metallica's arm, and that's also from 2008. There's an episode where Metallica got tatted. Yep, and that says Sean's baby on it. Because I guess we were deciding I forgot the context of that. Was it just like I hung out with Metallica
We all
for a
got
day?
tattoos.
Okay, yeah.
And mine says Sean's
Yeah.
baby as well.
That's right, yeah.
And so I was jealous of Metallica.
That's good. Yep.
Uh,
That one's
Yeah.
probably one of the most triumphantly it really lets you remember what it's like to be a human. This episode, it's really good to reminded that like soft things feel good on your face. Even if you get something that's nice, it's not going to fix you. But even if you think you need fixing, you aren't broken. It's good. It's good. It was a good. Metallica could have a motivational speaking career, or 29 Films where Metallica is a motivational speaker. Who knows?
that's
'Cause
not a
there's
bad idea.
a lot of knowledge coming out of that one. Yeah.
Yeah, I do like the Metallica is so wise and unstable, and like I love that Metallica broke like the main rule of selling things, which is letting people know it won't complete you.
Mhm. That's
Instead
true.
of-
Yeah.
But man, that one might have had me laughing more than any other one.
That was very good.
That Metallica one was. What was the other Metallica? Oh, right, the Fight Club one. That I think I like this one better than that. Although
I think so too.
Metallica always cracks me up.
Yeah, me too. Like the voice is one where it's like the lines. I mean, it's obviously you're just like improvising with the voice and like puppeteering at the same time. So it seems like a lot of stuff comes out of like really, really nice, laid back, casual, organic improv sessions between you and the inner voice of Metallica, which also is inside you. So you're just kind of having a little sketch comedy show with yourself, and you're recording
Yeah.
it by yourself. It's just you down in the basement living that big reality.
Sometimes you're there,
Yeah.
and it's just like you're there though, because you'll like tell me when Metallica, like my hands in the frame.
Right, especially on this one. I did remember actually a couple
Yeah.
of when the feet came up and like it feels good on your feet. I remember there's a couple like, oh, I saw your
Right.
hand, pull it up a lot. I saw your hand. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's too bad. I feel like I always realize like at the end of a Metallica movie that I should have we didn't reposition the mic in such a way, because I'm like kind of, because I'm puppeteering, I'm like having to keep my eyes on it, so my voice is going like not the right direction as far as making good sound. So we have a lot of bad audio on these for voiceover, just because, like, yeah, that's it. Just I wish pointed the mic not at the doll but at me, like we.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. That voice is really fun to still have around. It's become like such a goofy, fun, iconic voice, and it just like cracks me up. Like the wavery quality reminds me of, like, I mean, it doesn't sound like, but it reminds me of the singer from like the Hobbit animated movie. Just that Glenn Yarborough, that wavery, the greatest. There's some like fragility in the voice of Metallica that feels like, yeah, which is kind of what makes it still feel like a baby. It feels like I can barely get the words out, but the words are very articulate and more wise than the Whiteman brothers. It's like, Metallica has grown up a lot and we haven't. It's really satisfying.
It's true. And it's funny, I think last time when we were shooting these, you referred to Metallica as a doddering old man. I was like, that's a good way of
it's like when he's interrupting, or when they're interrupting themselves, just with and that just when those sort of like false start.
Those. Yeah, it's like an engine that runs on false starts somehow.
Yeah, totally.
Man, I'm glad that I can still do some version of the voice. It's definitely changed over time, but I mean, I'm glad Metallica can still speak. Is what I meant to say.
Yeah. Tooth Fairy is still real.
I winked the eye that was already closed. All right. Let's move right along.
Yeah.
Boy, I do love that. Oh, yeah. It's also funny just to be like explaining, like, we don't know what this weird piece of tail trash is in our basement. Like, so we're just like pointing out this weird homemade tail that inexplicably has loops on the end.
Yeah. The loop at the end of the tail.
Crack me up. The loop at the end of the tail. All right, so now we're coming up on a Sean solo.
Oh, and Darby just left my lap. That's too bad.
Oh, get Darby in here for commentary.
I think Darby went out for a walk.
Oh, that's cool. Darby can't stand the look of the way their voice sounds on camera.
Exactly, yeah.
It's fine. All right, and action.
Hi, y'all. Welcome back to Buying Used Treasures Today. I'm Sean, and today I've got a very special guest for you. That's right, a co-host. A little cutie named Darby. Say hi. Say hi, Darby. Little sweet Darby, isn't that right? Oh, say hi to all your fans. Say hi. Oh, isn't he a little cutie? Look at him. Look, Darby, look through the camera. Look through the camera. Look at all those nice smiling faces. Imagine all those smiling faces with their nice big fat wallets. That's what we're looking at today. That's right. That's a good boy. Anyways, Darby here is actually, he's not just a little mascot for the show, though he is quite a little cutie, isn't he? He actually has something to do with today's deal. That's right. Today we've got a pre-chewed chew toy. It's a pre-chewed chew toy. This is a pre-chewed chew toy. Pre-chewed chew toy. Pre-chewed chew toy. So this chew toy has been chewed already. Pre-chewed chew toy. Pre-chewed chew toy. Pre-chewed
ABC.
Chew toy. He added his scent to this toy. He pre-scented this toy. This item is pre-scented. This toy has his scent, and your dog is gonna love it. Look at this guy. Who doesn't love this little dog? Who doesn't love this little dog? Look at Darby. He's good boy. Yeah. Good boy, Darby. This little pre-chewed piggy went to the market, and Darby slaughtered it. Isn't that right, Darby? You slaughtered this little guy. Just so your dog can enjoy a nice, worn. Basically, what it is, it's a rag. Basically, this is just a little rag. It's kind of a smelly, dirty old rag. This is a dirty, soiled rag This is a little hunk of cloth, a little soiled rag, a little stinky rag, and now your dog is gonna love it. Because you know sometimes when your dog kind of sniffs around a new toy and it's like, this smells a little too new. This doesn't smell real. This doesn't smell authentic. That hasn't been around. I'm not gonna bother. It's not worth my time. It's not worth my teeth. Well, Darby knows just what you mean. He already took out all that stuffing that was inside of it. It's littered all over our carpet, not yours. Darby took care of it. He took out that squeaker toy. It drove us crazy, not you. Darby took care of it. I use treasures today. Look how happy he is. Darby added a little bit of saliva, a little bit of fur. Do you see the camera? Look at that camera.
Darby took care of
And
it.
wave goodbye. Say goodbye to the people. Say goodbye to all those people. Say goodbye. Say goodbye to all the people. Say goodbye. Good boy. All right. Until next time. Bye. And buy this.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah, that was
Right.
fun. That was definitely a little bit more sporadic than usual my solo ones because Darby was there and like continuity was not going to be happening. So you see a lot of close-ups cut to the long shots. Yeah, but
Yeah.
I liked it. I probably would have trimmed it a little bit more. It was one of those where a couple segments went on a couple seconds. Not too bad, but just one of those where each time I watch it, I have seen this one a couple times, and each time I'm like, okay, that guy got it. It's due. You can move on. You can move on, and it just takes a couple seconds longer. Sometimes it's satisfying when you're rewatching one and you're like, oh, this bit's kind of done, and then you see the editor brain also thought that, and we cut away quickly to that, or cut away from that bit. This time it's like, oh, I guess I didn't really give it a second draft viewing. Maybe I could have maybe used a little bit another one. Yeah.
Yeah, we could almost always use another draft viewing. for
Yeah,
these,
totally.
But there's
True.
no time.
Nope.
But yeah, I remember that one being. I remember you not really wanting to do like immediately breaking continuity, but then like kind of having to just because Darby wasn't doing what you wanted him to.
Yeah, totally. I wanted him to chew on a
Darby
toy.
to chew. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, I put a little
Sorry.
hunk of jerky inside the chew toy too, and yeah, Darby just wasn't
Jeez.
having it, which is incredible. I think Darby had a little bit of
Right.
stage fright. Darby wasn't used to being the bright lights and just the whole, because you know,
Right.
motion pictures, it
city.
is an industry, and you know, there's caterers on set, there's sound guys, there's gaffers,
Yeah.
there's key graphers, there's key grips, there's like dolly grips, there's best boy grips, it's just it's not
Every-
really an intimate
yeah.
setting. Yeah,
Get a
there's the
grip.
producers coming by giving Darby notes, and Darby's like doesn't really understand
And
because
the
he has more of
director's
a
giving notes that contradict what the producer said.
exactly. And Darby's a naturalistic sort of actor, so you kind of trust his
Yeah.
own. It was kind of an ordeal, but Darby was a trooper, and Darby just vowed like never to work with us again. But like I
Right.
think that's fair.
Yeah. And I remember, Darby wanted to find a performance, and Sean was like, "We don't have time for you to find a performance.
Nope, it's not
You
that.
should know. You should know your lines.
But you're still a very good boy, and here's your treat.
You're a very good boy. Okay."
Yeah. That was how negotiations went.
Anyways,
What is next?
Yeah, no.
What are we on? Or yeah, go on.
okay. So yeah, what do we want to do? Do we want to do the rubber ducky one now, or do we want to use it as an intro to the next one?
Mhm.
Because the next one we're just going to talk about all that other controversy stuff. Do we want to end on a weird note, or do we want to end on Darby?
How long have we been doing this? Oh, it's almost an hour. I could go either way. Shoot.
Let's do it. Let's do
Yeah.
just because I don't want the. We'll have plenty to talk about with the last 10-minute one.
Yeah. Cool.
So we're gonna do the rubber ducky one. Sorry, and this is, I believe, earlier on in this series, which is to say, like the first episode of us rewatching these. I mentioned we talked about how I had like got overwhelmed and started crying at one point during the making of something else. Anyways, I recorded myself crying early on in the month, in front of the shiny wall. And I was like, that'll show up later, by the way. It'll show up now.
That is a
It
benefit.
ended up,
yeah.
this is a very odd one. And this was also done the last day, right under the gun. And it kind of came out how it came out. Let's have a look.
Welcome back to Buying Used Treasures Today. I'm Sean.
I'm Christof. Hi, welcome back to Buying Used Treasures Today. I'm Sean.
No, I'm Sean.
Oh, right.
I'm Christof.
It's music so cool backwards.
It's time for your bath. It's time for your bath. An apple a day keeps the doctor at bay. An apple a day keeps the doctor at bay. An apple a day keeps the doctor at bay.
I remember.
An apple a day is the only way. An apple a day is the only way. I remember. $200.
Oh, man.
Oh, whoa, yeah.
Woo.
I forgot how deep that one went. I remember it was weird, but I forgot like what types of weird.
Yeah, I honestly thought it had a weirder ending, or a more complicated ending.
There's been a couple.
It surprised me how long. I was like, Jesus, it really took like, I didn't think there was like going to be a whole minute of watching me cry while waiting for the apple. Like I knew the apple was coming, but I thought after you said an apple a day, it would cut to me eating it. Like, boy, we just hung out for a long time.
Yeah, and there's like we've done a handful of episodes where you or I have cried, or just shorts or whatever, where one of us is crying on camera, and oftentimes they're just mined from like the hardships of the filmmaking process. Like, hey, I'm crying a lot. Can you get a quick shot of this? Which is like, it feels so like exploitative of your own emotions, but also like I'm proud of like using them in that ways. But something about watching you chew on an apple as you're bawling, it's like, it's so sad and so funny. It's like so sad that like somebody could be that upset, but like they're that upset enough that like they still have to eat. And it's like they're that upset always, and like I gotta fit in an apple here and there. It's like so sad.
Yeah, and it's funny because there were 2 times. So there were like 2 or 3 days in that happened, and I got I started recording myself crying while eating an apple because I thought it was so. I don't remember if I'd already had this idea, just thinking it would be funny because I was weeping a lot in the months leading up to this. And I remember thinking it was just funny, the idea of like eating an apple. Maybe I was actually crying eating an apple one time and I was like, I should record this.
Yeah.
But anyways, so we recorded it early on, and then like I had another fit of crying like a week or two later into it, and so I was like, okay, get a take two. So I asked Sean to come down and like zoom in on me and stuff. So there's actually mine from two different crying sessions while eating the apple. Or maybe the apple was added the second time, but yeah, anyways, we were editing that. I was editing that while Sean was editing the last one,
That's
and
right, the double, yeah.
and there were some stuff that like I literally just threw clips in and was like, it'll look cool. It's like supposed to be experimental. And like I maybe adjusted them afterward, but I was like, hey Sean, you want to watch it? I actually didn't see what these last ones did. And then we watched it and then we're like, okay, cool. Submit it. We gotta move quick. Like there was other stuff I wanted to do. And there was other weird footage we shot. Oh right. So there was also the original idea for this was just we were just gonna cut in on me. I'm crying, I'm eating an apple, and there would be like no speech,
Yeah,
and just the rubber ducky was there, and it would just be like $50,
yeah,
the
totally.
end. And then like and then I kept like building on it in my head, and then so I like toward the end, and we were like, boy, we're under the gun. Should we be shooting more stuff? Should we just be editing what we have?
Yeah.
I brought Sean downstairs to shoot that like I remember stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
And that was a really weird, funny, fun shoot just to be like, I was just like, okay, now say this.
Yeah.
Now let's change seats.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
anyway.
like shook it up in a way that was like, oh, this isn't in the ordinary sort of, like we've done this sort of like filmmaking before, but not usually in the 29 films. It's nice to have that sort of like,
Yeah,
like you said, you could drop a clip in and it could make sense because it's a little more experimental and goofy in that way. And it was also like really, really, I know these deadlines are arbitrary, like nobody gives a shit that we like finish in time, and like, but it's like you make these deadlines so you'll do a project basically, and if you don't respect the deadline to some extent and don't get a little bummed out if you don't hit it, like it still hurts a little bit. Nobody else is keeping track of the deadlines. People stop paying attention to these like 4 or 5 episodes in. They're like, oh yeah, they're going to be doing this all month. Okay. And like they'll tune in every now and then, which is great. But like, yeah. And at the end, it really was like, it was nerve wracking, but it was like exciting just because like, oh wow, okay. Because we edited the next one. Like we finished that one, like the final draft of it first, and like already like exported it. We just didn't like upload it yet. We just knew that one was the last one, like the last episode, the next episode, the baby one. We edited that like, well, at least we finished it first, knowing like we didn't want to like be coming down to the last 10 minutes and have to edit this 10-minute or this big, Metallica ones are trickier. They just require more editing, matching of audio with image and stuff like that. Yeah. And so Chris really sat down to like edit this one, and like I was just on the couch like 10 feet behind him for most of it, and just being like, not even wanting to ask how are we doing, just because like it was getting closer and closer. And like, yeah, Chris was just like in the zone, and he just like banged this one out in such a quick, and like came out really, really well for like, it really was like, I think we finished with like 20 minutes to spare. It wasn't the last minute, but it was like the last hour, the last half hour.
Okay. That's right. I had forgotten about that. I thought that like we'd just done a draft of the last one first and then edited this and then went back and fine-tuned that. But that's right. We didn't have time to fine-tune it.
No, I don't think so. Nope.
No, which is going to be interesting because it's going to be the least fine-tuned of all of them. Yeah.
And that music that was just like the soundtrack in reverse. It was just, well, what if we just do it in reverse? And it just sounded trippy in a perfect way for that. That was really good. Yeah.
Yeah, and familiar. So it like felt like
the
culmination of the month in some ways. Yeah, I like that one. As uncomfortable as it makes me and other people feel.
Yeah, totally.
Oh yeah.
It reminds me of that short we did back in like 2000. oh shoot, 2006 or 7. It was the God's Plan. It
Oh,
was one of
yeah.
those where like we have a handful that just like mine are real sort of like crying despair emotion jags, but like we're still like low budget filmmakers who are trying to exploit all these moments within ourselves, and like that was one
And be funny.
and be funny, and that was one where like Chris was super sad about his girlfriend died in that short film. We created this narrative
Right.
where like Chris was like mourning, and it was really sad, and the emotions felt very like, God, I'm like very sad watching this. This is like really sad. But then I just like give him a mix to try to cheer him up, and then like it goes into an even sadder realm because we cut to like my Smash Mouth mix that I gave him, and it was just Hey Now I'm an All-Star playing as Chris was like same as the apple eating, just like open mouth
Right.
weeping.
Freudian
Yeah.
slip.
Yeah,
Hey,
Matt
Matt.
prepared. Yeah, exactly. Thank you,
We need
Matt.
to release that. Yeah.
That's the perfect.
But yeah.
That's a great example. Yeah.
That was interesting because I was crying about my first, like, I was crying because me and my first girlfriend had broken up. And so in the short, we had it that they died. But anyways, I was listening to music on headphones, and I was like so disappointed that like once you turn on the camera, it's harder to cry the way you were crying right before. But I was actually listening to Leonard Cohen on the headphones that we recorded. Like the footage we see of me crying listening to Smash Mouth is actually me listening to like So Long Marianne.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Anyways.
So long, Mary. That's really sadder. Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah. Freudian slip. Thank you for bringing that up, Matt.
Freudian slip.
That was a piece of one of our features from back in the day. Just like a short segment we released where Chris just goes on this really beautiful performance jag where a Freudian slip turns into just like him turning into like a Freudian monster. It's really cool.
Yeah. And it's also, I think, technically not a Freudian slip. It's like
Yeah.
there's a different term for it.
Which makes sense for
which in itself is a Freudian slip.
Yeah.
Anyways, well, not to interpret my own art, but yeah, we need to release that because we're not going to release the whole feature, at least not
No.
anytime soon. So
No.
yeah, I can't believe we made that so long ago, and we haven't released the Freudian slip.
Yeah,
Release
totally.
the Freudian slip.
Yeah.
Let's get Warner Brothers to release the Freudian slip. # release the Freudian slip, everybody.
That's right. Zack Snyder cut. He'll cut it. He'll make it like 3 hours long. It'll be beautiful. A lot of slow-mo, a lot of Leonard Cohen. Yeah.
Release the slip. # release the slip.
There it is. Cool.
Okay. Well, thanks for
Nice.
watching, everybody.
Yeah. Thank you, Laurel. Thank you, Matt.
And
Anybody else?
And anybody else who might have tuned in for a minute. And everybody who didn't tune in. Well, thanks to you too. We're gonna do one more of these, and it's gonna be the weirdest one ever.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, Matt, lead the charge.
Yes, it's trending on our stream.
It's trending on our stream. Okay. But yeah, there's controversies surrounding the next movie, and if you happen to be one of the people who hates us because of that movie and you're watching this live or not live, tune in next time because we will engage with you if you want.
Yeah, all of you who
What does that
organized
mean?
the
What does that
harassment
mean?
against us, come
Yeah.
on in. Yeah.
Yeah, if you would like to continue harassing us as you did on Twitter,
Yeah.
we invite you. We'll throw your comments up, and we will say, hey, that's not what's going on, and we'll have a discourse about it.
Yeah, come on
Okay.
by.
Come on by. And if anybody's curious what the fudge we're talking about, come on by.
Yeah.
It'll probably be sometime next week, maybe Wednesday, maybe Thursday, maybe Tuesday. Who knows? We'll keep you posted.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Bye. Bye, everybody.